Basically, if you're choosing to not use Claude Code, you are self-selecting yourself out of a career at this. Hi, I'm Dave. This is the Velocity Lab.
And I'm Dan. And we work inside engineering organizations every day.
Every day.
Helping them ship faster with AI, not in theory, but inside their actual teams. We come here and share what we're seeing in the field, what's working, what isn't, and what most people are getting wrong. No hype, no BS.
Yep, no BS. And Dan, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the evolution of engineering.
Talk about the disruption.
What's AI doing to the software engineer?
Yeah, so we are engineers, and we work with a ton of engineers, probably work with 100, 200 engineers in the last couple of months. And on a one-on-one basis, right? We're not PowerPoint people, we're hands-on. And there's a lot of people, every org has a bunch of early adopters. And then there's the middle of the road, and there's some people like, no, I'll never use AI, which always shocks me. Because currently using AI makes my job more fun. I love my job now. It's like I'm solving problems on how to deal with the BS of pull request, commit messages and pull request bodies and keeping READMEs up to date. But there's a lot. So what's going on? What's the general theme here, Dan? What is going on?
So AI is making me do stuff faster, build more. It's so easy to build, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, is my job going to be here in 5 years?
I am with you 100%. We are 100% full blown into AI. And even I'm like, okay, am I going to be a waiter a year from now? And part of me, but then there's also a reinforcement.
I think it's just because we don't know what's going to happen. This has not happened to us. So I just talked to Dave about this. I was having a therapy session with Claude this week.
Okay, go.
And so one of the things that we landed on, or I landed on with Claude, was for the past 20 plus years, my career has been a solid foundation, right? I could go to most companies and get a job whenever I wanted, wherever I wanted, for the most part. I had full control over my career.
Yeah, same here.
I think I still mostly do, but now it's like, what happens if AI just can do everything that I used to do? I'm feeling like, oh my God, I need to keep up with this. Otherwise, I'm just going to be lost in the dust. AI is going to do everything unless I am leveraging AI. And that fear mentality is just keeping me going all the time. Oh my gosh, I'm going to not keep up.
You always feel like you're falling behind, right? Yeah.
And so what I felt was like stability in my career feels like it might be crumbling underneath my feet.
Yep.
And what Claude actually told me was that it was a false sense of security that I had. Actually, my career or my what I was doing was not as secure as I thought, obviously, because it just got disrupted.
Yeah, it got disrupted.
And then
so it was secure for a while, but now it's not.
But now the thing that I'm struggling with is my past memory of the past 20 years of everything that's ingrained is my career was so solid and I could just do whatever I wanted. I still need to break away from that because my mind has been trained for 20 years that this was the case. And now it's not the case.
Yeah, so I'm saying both. Like I've been a DevOps engineer for 25 years. I was always like the best DevOps guy in the group, right? That's just a fact. I just was. And multiple people told me that. That's not bragging. But I'm not a DevOps engineer anymore. Like I am not. I literally am not a DevOps engineer. I'm like, I don't even know what I call myself. Like I'm a consultant. Yeah. But I'm like a Claude Code something user. I don't even know what my career is anymore. But I'm definitely not a DevOps engineer anymore. I'm not.
Yeah, I need Dave for DevOps. We need to figure out how we need to run AI securely.
Yep.
And honestly, Claude can help me do that, but I still want Dave's expertise.
Yeah, same here. I do quote code, but really it's Dan helping me out. I'm not anything heavy lifting. Dan does. But just talk about this.
But the thing is, we are changing rapidly and we're embracing it. It's scary, but it's also boosted our career path, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. But also, it enabled me and you to start our company together, which is like one of the best things in my life right now. I love our company. I love working with you. You're my buddy. I mean, we worked together years ago. It was great. But if you had to give advice to a developer, right? You have any developer, you meet a developer, junior, senior. If you had to give some advice, Dan, what would you give them right now? Today is May of 2026. What advice would you give them for their career?
Jesus Christ, I don't know. So I think the advice is embrace change. And I think this has always been my advice, or it's not the advice that I've given. Right now, change is happening fast, so it's maybe more important than it ever has been. But I think I mentioned this before, we got into tech. Things are always changing. One of the things about tech is as things change, it gets more interesting. AI, holy shit, things are changing quickly, but also it's reinvigorated me because it's like this changed. This is so much what's going on, so much learning happening. So that's super fun, but really embrace change and just go all in. This is happening. This is disrupting us. And I recommend that you embrace it. Whether or not you need to do it is still to be told. That I can't read the future. And I do believe so a lot of folks are like, if it's changing every 3 months, why do I need to get into it now? Because in 3 months, it's just going to be completely different and I can learn it then. Yes, maybe. I have no idea. But I think you should embrace change. Go all in. This is the thing happening.
Yeah.
And
it's not stopping. Claude Code is not stopping. By the way, Claude Code right now, competition is dropping off. Google's Gemini CLI is dead. So what's left? Cursor, Copilot, those suck. Dan, that's our opinion. They're not anywhere near as powerful. Codex, I've heard good things, but they don't have the community around it. Claude Code is
things about Codex, but actually, I don't know. It's interesting. The model, I don't know if it's because I'm so comfortable with the Claude model or the Anthropic models or not, but other folks that I've heard recently trying Codex and moving from Claude are like, yeah, it's not as good. But it might just be like this mental thing where we know how Claude is responding. And when we plan, we know exactly what Claude's going to do. With Codex, maybe we don't. But and so it's been enough feedback that I really haven't gone all in on Codex yet. Claude just got me because it was first. And and the Anthropic models are just something about the way that the output from the models, the code from the models, everything, it just feels better.
But also the experience, and we talked about this a bunch of times. Anthropic, we love you, by the way, but Claude Code, every time I go to the new feature, it's, oh my God, this makes my experience better. It's developed by developers.
It was built for us.
Yeah,
I can't say that Codex is not because I haven't been using it, but definitely we had that feeling for Claude.
Yeah, for sure. So I think for developers, so there's some similarities we see in orgs, right? There's this doomsday scenario and Meta does big layoffs. I don't think these layoffs are related to AI. I think that's an excuse. I think they're just trying to get their balance sheet squared away. There's a bunch of stuff going in the market right now.
Since the pandemic, everybody's been tightening up and been focusing on just pure profit, not the expanding. They're just really not spending as much on growth. Anthropic, OpenAI are, and actually, you don't hear about the layoffs in those companies. Yeah. Do you? No. I haven't heard about layoffs at Anthropic.
Oh, hell no. Layoffs? Are you kidding me? They're hiring.
So the other companies are laying people off, but the people that are with going all in on AI are growing.
Yeah. I think another thing that might be fear is that engineers hear, okay, we heard this the other day. They went some company, they adopted AI, they did it the right way. Now they're moving fast, but now their Anthropic bills $500,000 a month. When a developer hears that, they're like, okay, are they just going to absorb another $500,000 on your balance sheet? Or are they going to offset that by laying people off? That is possibly a real thing.
Yep.
That's definitely a possibility. But if they're like, oh my God, now we're moving twice as fast as our competitor. Right. So now that $500,000 is no big deal because all of a sudden they're outpacing their competitor. Right. So are they going to lay people off in that case? Probably not. I think there is going to be, regardless, some layoffs at some point. But I'm guessing you have to be one of those people like, I'm never going to use Claude Code, in which case you're basically, if you're choosing to not use Claude Code, you are self-selecting yourself out of a career at this point.
Especially if your company is embracing
it. Embracing it, yeah.
If your company's like company that's not embracing it, but we're seeing it across the spectrum. Government jobs, payments jobs, healthcare, all these very compliance-heavy companies are shifting to AI. What we thought, Anthropic just did a huge finance push. The things that we thought were safe, you could just go hide behind these heavy compliance companies and it's never going to change. It's not looking like that. But again, we can't predict the future.
No.
But take a look at what's happening.
Yeah, for sure. I just think if I was to give advice to someone like an engineer, if your company hasn't embraced Claude Code, go spend $20 a month and on your free time, start using Claude Code, right? Or look for a company that is embracing Claude Code and go there. Get ahead of the curve.
But I think everybody, it's just a matter of time. My opinion is it's just a matter of time. You might be able to get away with not doing it for 3 months because everything's going to change, like some folks say. But you know what? The thing is, like, how many side projects? How about we go different angle? Like, how many side projects have you always wanted to build that you could never build? Go ask Claude to do it and see what happens, right? Like,
oh man, I have like, Dan, I have 7 solitaire sites. I have a fly fishing site. I have a fan site for my brother's book series. My brother's an author. I have that. I built all that. I posted this. I literally built a solitaire site with my OpenClaw agent while I was skiing in Mammoth in a blizzard with my daughter. I'd get on the lift. I'd about do this. By the end of the ski day, I had a website built, and then I haven't touched a thing in 4 months. But yeah, you can build whatever you want now, man. What do you like? Go build some stuff. Have some fun.
Yeah.
I think we got a wrap, Dan. We got another meeting, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. App Vitals, we're available. App-Vitals. Hire us if you want to do AI adoption. Bye.